Oops, I gotta go share to Discord. Hold for a second.
We'll step out for a second while we're getting started. I'll be right back.
Fantastic. What the heck is going on here? Oh, there we go. That's better. Anyway. Move that over there. And hello! Welcome to the Reloading Podcast here on the Firearms Radio Network. Presented by Nick splooting all over his desk.
I did sneeze into my arm, so.
I saw that. Anyway, more importantly, presented by Patriot Patch Company and Camerado. Who got that? Oh, whoops, that's me. Stop that. I was actually watching We Like Shooting on Rumble last night, and I had it unmuted, and I forgot to mute it. So, my bad. What's a little echo every once in a while? Suck on that, Chris. Anyway. Rumble's working again. This is like 7 weeks in a row. Knock on wood. Whee. Anyway. So, in case anybody's wondering why I'm a little more weird than normal. So I've been on venlafaxine for almost 3 years. And I'm switching off of it. Venlafaxine is one of those lovely depression meds that has some kick-ass side effects when you're trying to go off of it. So it affects you in weird ways. Sometimes you get a little dizzy and loopy, nausea, lots of fun stuff. So, if I'm acting a little more odd than normal, because I'm never normal, it's no fun to begin with. That's kind of why. So, but we will start with what everybody's doing. Ray, how are you? Where you been? And did you get anybody shut down while you're gone?
No, this been a good week so far. Finish up tomorrow and head home.
Where you at?
I am down in middle part of Texas, down by Waco right now.
Nice.
So,
What's the temp down there?
I think it was 85, about 5 o'clock. Nice little light breeze. It was actually quite comfortable.
65 tomorrow. I'm riding a motorcycle to work. Woohoo!
Yeah. Other than that, before coming down, I've been working on the vault in the basement and getting ready. Got all the concrete walls painted with dry lock just to kind of seal things up. Then I'll start insulating and got to
nice, very nice.
Finish. Kind of Nick and I are kind of deciding what kind of wall treatment we're going to do. Whether we're not going to do drywall. I don't want to fight the dust and everything in that new house.
Yeah, so. Not much fun.
So I think
I'm still finding dust at my house.
Oh yeah.
I think I'm going to put external plywood siding up, give it kind of a rustic look, and go from there.
Yeah. You know what would be fun if you can find some cheap enough? Barn board.
Yeah.
It's not cheap around here, though. I've looked.
That's why I said if you could find it cheap enough.
Yeah, it's about $3 to $5 a square foot on Facebook
so watch
Marketplace.
Facebook Marketplace. Sometimes you'll find them. Otherwise, if you drive by and see a barn that's collapsed,
yeah,
even if it's like an old, chicken coop or an old corn crib, stop by and see if they're interested in stuff. But obviously that's something you would have to plan in advance. Otherwise, yeah, gonna rack out the old good 70s wood paneling. Like,
well, it's not really wood pan. It's not really wood paneling. It's like
it's a fake wood panel.
It's OSB, like OSB board, like a fiber board, More OS, truly OSB, not fiber.
It's external siding. Like some people
Yeah.
call it hardy board. It's not.
Okay.
Yeah, it's something we're not used to back in Illinois. 95% of houses are vinyl siding.
Right.
I'd say 95% of the houses out here in the KC area are this kind of siding board.
Okay.
So,
But it'd be plenty sturdy enough. I can mount my cabinets to it. All my gun racks can be mounted to it.
Are you going to put it on 1x2s, or are you going to anchor it right to the concrete?
No, we're going to put 1x2s fur out with that, and I can run my wiring behind that. So,
Yeah, I know a few people have just stuck it right to the concrete, and then I said, "So how are you going to wire it?" And they're like, I said, "Yeah, I guess you're going to spend a shit ton of money on conduit, huh?" And they're like, "Can we pull that back off?" Yes and no. Yes, you can, but you're not going to be able to reuse it because you're going to destroy it pulling it off. And they're like, "Oh, so yeah, I guess you're using conduit."
yeah, we've been.
Now, I did have one person that I actually, did the chisel thing. But I did it the redneck way with the table saw.
Yeah.
Just trying to chisel that crap out. By the way, in case those are wondering, so what you do is you take your table saw, you set your depth, or actually you're not your table saw, but your circular saw. You set your depth so it's slightly less than what the actual thickness of the wood is. And then you very carefully run a straight line all the way down. And then you run another one about an inch apart. And then you just use your circular saw to, if you have to, use a circular saw to cut that out. Otherwise, usually if you do it right, you can take a chisel and you can just chip that thin part and it'll pull right out.
Yeah.
And then what you do is you can, what we did is we actually put that one piece, because we got it all out in, I did it correctly, and we got it out in one piece. So we actually put that piece back in over the wiring. We kind of did some creative carpentry and put it back in over it. So
Yeah.
we weren't having the inspector come look, so we didn't care. But we're using 12-2, so it was flat anyway.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I've been.
so there, I mean, there's just a little bit of a bump because he didn't want to go and plane it all off. So
Yeah, we've been buying materials slowly, but I found a good deal on my rubber flooring, so I got my rubber flooring all bought and
nice.
ready for
That way, when those springs go flying across the room, you can find them.
That's right.
Unlike Jake, who had shagged carpeting in his gun room in Illinois. I remember that ad.
So that's what I've been up to.
Nice. So I'm sure Nick's been up to some of that.
We did
Yep,
go shooting, or we talked about
You
this.
hoodlums buy any new toys?
I got a
It's
new
been 2
scope.
weeks since you've been here.
I bought a new scope for my 1941 Marine Sniper. I bought the new, that's not new, the Hilux 8-power long scope, the 24-inch.
That'll look nice.
Yeah.
I know
Nice.
exactly which one you're talking about. Did you get
It's
a deal on it,
beautiful.
or did you pay retail?
CMP had 10% off, so I went ahead and bought it.
Nice.
I should have bought it when it was on Expert Voice, and we kept delaying and
Yeah, 'cause
delaying.
that was a hell of a deal on Expert
It was
Voice.
a hell of a deal.
And
I
then
was
all of a sudden,
looking
I
at,
just decide to take it away. No,
I was
warning.
looking at one of those to actually put on my 1914 or my Model 14 Remington. So,
I'll
'cause
tell
it's
you
got-
what,
I have the scope mount for it.
for 8-power, Nick and I were kind of sighting out the back door, had the blinds down so nobody could see us. And we were looking across the valley at a farmhouse that's about 1,000 yards away. It's amazing what you can see with an 8-power scope.
Especially that type of scope, because those things are so clear.
Yeah, I was amazed. So we'll
Ken,
probably
what you been up to? Nope,
Go
sorry.
ahead. I say we'll probably take it to the range in about a week and sight it in.
You're going to shoot video on that?
We
I
could.
can.
You should. You got a freaking YouTube channel.
I know. Well, now that's another thing. My dad he sent off last week his membership for that gun gun range. So
Yeah.
he's going to be going through the class this weekend. And then
How hard is it to get in out there?
not too hard. Fortunately, I know the membership coordinator pretty well. We're out there 2 weekends ago, and he's driving by, and he stopped and said, "Hey," and he knows me pretty good, and so it's like so. And fortunately, normally with that is if it's not postmarked by the 15th, he moves you to the next month. But he knew it was my dad. He knew it was me. He was able to get my dad in here for this weekend's class. So, but it's not too bad. As of right now, I don't think there's any waiting list. You just got to have one club member sponsor, and then somebody else write a letter.
NRA membership and stuff.
NRA membership, but I will say that NRA is changing, so that's
Yeah, they're
something
getting their shit together.
I'm okay with having NRA membership nowadays again.
Yep.
Well,
I think it's
and-
mainly for the insurance, really.
It is. Well, and we just found out that news. I'm not going to spoil it, but you and I found out that news when we were talking to Kurt that he let us know. So,
Yeah.
we will be
Well,
getting.
that's just me, Nick. Now
I could
wanna know.
probably say it. It's probably
Nah,
gonna,
Don't worry.
it's probably already out. I'll tell you guys after the show.
Yeah, you better just put it in the private chat.
Yeah, but it's going to be a pretty prestigious award.
Very nice.
Oh, for the club?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's cool. So I shot out there in 22 or 23. And it's a great club. They've got one hell of a steel challenge crew. The guys that run those matches out there for steel challenge are as good, if not better, than anybody out there for the most part. I mean, it's probably my second favorite location that I've shot steel challenge at, behind Red Brush down in Indiana. They're a lot bigger than what Red Brush is, but the Red Brush range is it's not really anything special, but I really like it. It's got character. It's got, just well set up, and the people I've interacted with out there that run the matches are just phenomenal. There's one match every year that if it's hosted there, I will attend. Right. And that's the Indiana State Championship. So
I think, that'd be a good video for YouTube if you could get into a lot of these different clubs just to plug the club, go there for a day and shoot. A lot of them are private. You really can't get in there.
I think if you're going to do that, though, you better get a Rumble.
Yeah.
So I'll talk about that in a few.
All right.
Ken, what you been up to?
So some people know this. It's not necessarily been openly advertised, but I'm working on building myself a firearms company, specifically getting my 07.
What do you do with this 07, Ken?
I can manufacture firearms.
And what are you going to do?
The goal is to start making custom 2011s, some 1911s, basically double stack 1911s, because 2011 is staccato specifically. But most of us have fallen into that pattern of referring to all double stack 1911s as 2011s. So my goal is.
I was going to say, I don't think staccato is going to come and sue each us individually. Now, if you you try to sell yours.
No, yes, none of my marketing will. None of my marketing will say 2011.
Yeah.
So, I'm working on that. Firearms won't. So I'm still working on getting the FFL, and won't be building any firearms until probably 2027 at the earliest. Part of it is I'm planning on taking a class, specifically Hayes Customs, to learn how they build them, to be able to identify the important aspects and the fine tuning of that. So the goal is to do that, but well before that, in fact, probably the second or third week of next month, I will be standing up my official page. Right now, rhettmarkfirearms.com is up. It's just a landing page with an email capture, so there's not really anything there to see. but it's up. It's there. But we'll be opening it up, and I will start selling Condition 1 firearm cases. I'll be able to sell anything Condition 1 offers, so it can also be camera cases, although my focus will be on their mostly their pre-cut foam cases. And so I'll be working on that. I'm planning on essentially using that more to kind of get myself set up, make sure my sales are processing correctly. But I'll be selling more I might do a few gun shows just to kind of get in with the gun show community a bit in the area. But I'll be, kind of taking the opportunity, shooting these different matches that I shoot 3 to 4 times a month to try to sell cases there. And obviously, I'm in talks with a match towards the end of the year. It may be sponsoring as becoming one of the sponsors for the match. So
Good for you.
that's what I've been working on. So that's about.
Speaking of shooting in matches and stuff, has anybody used Hunter's HD Gold shooting glasses?
Yes.
What's your thoughts?
They're a really good shooting glass. They're what I use.
Okay. So they're a sponsor of We Like Shooting now. And I'm actually working on getting the owner on our show to talk about them.
Okay. So yes, I'm trying to remember his name. But he
Brian.
is Brian. He is. I met him in 2022 at Optics Nationals. Was walking around. He was one of the first booths set up. In fact, a lot of the guys didn't show up until late, and most of the time I couldn't go check out their booths because I was ROing at that point.
Yeah.
But he was there set up, and I was walking around, and as far as are Hunter's HD Gold really that much better than other shooting glasses? Maybe not, but Brian does more for the shooting sports than almost any other company out there. He's got a USPSA essentially centric podcast that he does over on Rumble. He also does other podcasts more specifically where he's talking to shooters in all kinds of different disciplines. The guy gives
his own
away
podcast too.
But yes, I mean, he's got, he covers many different topics. He gives, like, if you've got a competition that you need a sponsor for, reach out to him. You're gonna get something from him, right? If you're a shooting related thing, you're going to get something from him. Whether it's, you might get like a $400 gift certificate, which will pretty much buy you a pair of their glasses at the high end. He'll definitely get a couple of $150 or $200 ones. I've pulled a couple of $200 ones. In fact, I gave my last one, I gave to Paul, and he ordered a set of Hunter's HD Gold with the prescription. But I've met him in 2022, walking around and said, hey, listen, I have a hard time finding shooting classes. I've got a fat head. And he goes, well, here, come try these. And these weren't his standard frames. And he said, here, take these. All right. Yeah. Go shoot the match. Once you're done with the match, come talk to me. And if you want them, you can buy them. I'm like, all right, this guy's handing me, essentially a $400 pair of shooting glasses. Right. He's like, here, just, take, and like, I could have left the match, and he didn't know my name at that point. Right. He just handed me the glass, did that. I walked around with him. When you first put them on, everything's kind of a bit yellow with the yellow. He's also got ruby, which I haven't checked out, but they're kind of yellow. But once your eyes get used to it, everything kind of goes back to what you would normally see. But you the greens pop a little bit more, reds even pop a little bit more. You get just this nice. It's there. If you've ever seen like the concept has been around a while for that particular lens, right? And the truth is his wife actually owns a lens company, right?
Yep.
So, and that's how he got into this and started doing the shooting aspect of it. So yeah, they're great. They're, if you can afford them, they're absolutely wonderful. I understand not everybody is going to be able to shell out $400 for a pair of shooting glasses. But yeah, I mean, I walked around. I probably walked around for an hour, walked back with him and said, "Here's my credit card." And he gave me a phenomenal deal because he knew I was an RO at the match, and there was a match discount. He gave me an additional discount for being an RO, and he really hooked me up that day. And I didn't pay anywhere near the $400 for them. So, yeah.
Awesome. You know, it's you know, you hear these people out here, there, and everywhere. But it's actually cool to hear somebody that's actually had, you know, experience. So
Well, I do know, like the Steel Challenge and the USPSA matches, he doesn't ever shoot them himself.
he used to.
I know, but he doesn't shoot them now. But if you need a gun, like your gun blows up or something like that,
He has a crap ton.
he's got a crap ton of guns, and he will be able to set you up with what you need to be able to finish the match. I mean, I can't believe he's not making money out of what he's doing, but he does so much. It kind of makes me wonder, is he actually making money? Right. It's just the level of kind of what he's putting out there is phenomenal. You know, he is generous well beyond what he would need to be able to be considered generous as a business.
Yeah.
Ken, I know you've referred that company to me. I have not experienced them. I'm also in a little bit different of a shooting sport. So, I mean, everybody's in a little bit of a different shooting sport, right? I mean, it all depends. You're in cowboy, you're into, the handgun, you're in shotgun, rifle, whatever you're into. What I've used that I would recommend is nothing against Hunter HD. It's just what I've used, which is Fortnite, which is I'm trying to remember. It's not Nikon. It's what's the other one? I'm having a brain fart.
Canon.
No, not Canon. It starts with, I want to say it starts with an S.
Swarovski.
No, not Swarovski.
Seiko?
No, it's a huge brand that's well known for camera lenses.
Steiner? No, Steiner's optics.
No,
Yeah, but
no.
I mean, there's.
But anyways,
there
it
are
don't matter.
great
You look at Fortnite, you'll find them. So whatever. But they're a high end, optics company. With their glass, whatever. I mean, the glasses are still plastic lens, but I went through a long thing looking through safety glasses. And Ken remembers this because, we were talking about it and I was making a big deal out of it, more than what most people would consider. But I'm like, I'm looking through, for my shooting application, it's long range. Now, when I was getting into it, I was unsure of what ranges require safety glasses and which ones don't. But through the time of shooting F class, I've learned that they really don't enforce safety glasses at all. But initially up front, I'm like, okay, I got a $4,000 scope that I'm looking through, or 3, 4, whatever it is. It don't matter. 2, 3, 4,000, it's a high-end scope. You're looking through, and then and my biggest complaint was that you want me to put these shitty ass lens glasses on that's going to, decrease the the clarity of my scope, and I had a hard time with that. And then, as I went to matches, I found, they don't, nobody uses safety glasses in F class, but or really in bench rest either. But in like what Ken's shooting with the handguns, or even trap, or 3-gun, all those, they all have to wear safety glasses. There's a small exception to a few disciplines that don't require it, but I do feel, all in all, what I'm trying to get at is that I do feel that the clarity of the lenses that are in the glasses makes a huge difference. I do think that Hunter HD uses high quality lenses, as well as Fortnite optics. The Fortnite was a little better for me. I felt I don't have a very wide face, so even with just shopping for sunglasses, I struggle a little bit because most of them are wider than my face are. So Fortnite was a nice option that suited my needs very well. So I mean, that's my recommendation. If anybody has kind of a narrower face or head or whatever, check into them.
Well, I would say Hunter's HD Gold is a lens company. They're not a frame company. So if you've got a pair of sunglasses that you absolutely love, and you
Or regular glasses.
or regular glasses, and you want to put, they will happily, make their lenses fit whatever you need, and you can get them, prescription, right? So if you want, and that was the thing, like, because I know Paul's doing something weird, and I don't quite understand it, but it's not something I have to worry about because I don't have the problem with seeing irons that he does. And then he also has distance vision issues, so he's trying to get his lens where the uppers are different, and it's a bifocal, but the
Progressive lenses
part is the reading part, and the bottom part is the far sight, which
is backwards.
Yeah, because when you're coming down on the irons, right, you're dropping your head, so you're using the top part of the lens. Whereas when you're shooting a red dot, your eyes are up and you're bringing the dot up, so you're actually looking through the center of the bottom. So that's what he's trying to deal with.
Yeah, that was my problem. Was a lot of the glasses that I tried, because laying in a prone position, you're looking through the very top of the lens, like right by the frame, and if the frame isn't high enough to your eyebrow, then you're looking that the frame is it's obstructing your view, and that was my biggest problem with a lot of.
Yeah, well, and like you said, with size, having a narrow head, whereas I've got a wider head, right, and that I'm always, because a lot of the frames that Hunters, they're standard kind of the frames that they actually promote that are their common things, they're too narrow, or they're too narrow for my head, right?
Okay.
So I wasn't,
yeah, so they kind of
I gave like one pair that I had ordered, I gave to my wife because they were pinching right at the temple, and I'm just you wear that all day and you get a headache.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I've had safety glasses that are like that, even for my head. Yeah, that's not fun.
I got a hat for you,
yeah,
Justin.
There are a number of great companies out there, and I will speak highly of Hunter's HD Gold simply because of their advocacy for the shooting sports, right? And it's not that they're the best, necessarily the greatest glass, safety glass company in the world. It is that they are.
Hey, Paul, they do have ANSI number frames.
They have phenomenal. They do have more frames available than just their standard. And you, like I said, you can always send, like if I wanted to take these and have the lens changed out, but I like the lenses that are in these for when I'm driving more than I like and I've worn my Hunter's HD Gold, driving. It's like, oh, where's my sunglasses? Well, my safety glasses are still in the car, so I put those on because they will adjust to the light and darken up. You can wear them at night. They're bright. They don't. If you have issues with dealing with oncoming traffic and bright lights, they're actually really good. So, but I will advocate for Hunter's HD Gold simply because of their advocacy for the shooting sports?
Zeiss was the brand of lenses for Fortnite, by the way.
There you go.
So that didn't start with Ness.
No, it did not. I was wrong.
Just to give you an idea, they do have ANSI frames. They actually do have theirs certified through ANSI. So give you an idea. This is the different shooting sports that they're the official eyewear of. USPSA, Steel Challenge, MMSSA, SAS, the Proving Grounds, Tactical Sniper Series, Falling Steel World Series, East Coast Gas Gun Challenge, Rimfire Challenge Shooting Association, WLFT Scenario Safety, ICOR, USCCL. So, and I'm going to tell you why safety glasses are important. You know why safety glasses are really important when you're shooting? Because you cannot hear boobies.
I knew that was coming.
You can't.
No, it is.
Well,
it's definitely very important. If you're
have
shooting
braille
most,
on them,
You know, you can hear it if you get boob slammed, it makes a noise.
True.
but I mean,
But you
there
don't
isn't a Steel
appreciate the
Challenge
true
match
beauty.
where I don't catch frag,
So,
right? And it's always from some. It's not from somebody that's in the bay I'm in, right?
No, it's a different bay.
Yeah, and sometimes it's a bay that's 300 yards away, and you're like, "What the hell is he shooting?" That he's, that brass hits the steel and it travels.
Yeah. I'm actually kind of surprised that you don't have to use safety glasses in F class, given the pressure of the rounds and the fact that stuff can go bad, even if you do everything right.
In the rules, they just don't enforce it.
Right. I'm just saying. I'm kind of surprised.
Ken's not wrong. It's advised, but it's not enforced.
Now, I do understand your reasoning behind it, Justin, because if you're spending $3,500, $4,000, $5,000, $10,000 on a frickin' scope, and you're looking through some Walmart safety glasses at them, why did you spend that much money on a scope?
Yeah.
So, but
it kind of defeats the purpose.
Yeah, I mean, but that's why you're going to spend that much money on a pair of safety glasses, on a pair of shooting glasses, is you're going to spend that much money. You're not going to buy a cheap, Walmart special or the Browning ones or anything like that. You're spending it to get HD Gold literally is optics quality glass.
Yep.
Because like Ken said, his wife owns an optical lens company. So anyway,
I'm going to refrain from safety glasses until I'm forced.
I understand. I completely
your
understand.
eyes, they're your responsibility.
Yep.
No, I understand.
Same thing, no different than my day job. All kinds of risks with grinders and wire wheels and all that kinds. I put them on when I know that I need them, but I don't wear them just to turn a bolt with a wrench.
No, I don't either. Yeah, if I'm using something where I can create projectiles, they'll be on. But yeah. So, so Justin, what you been up to?
Well, I guess I'll put it out there. So I've been going through a divorce, which was finalized today. Nothing has changed with Rabbit Hole is the only reason why I'm even putting it out there. Rabbit Hole is still rock solid. Nothing has changed with that. The prenuptial agreement protected the company, so nobody has to worry about the company going under and not being able to get customer support or continue buying product, yada yada. No worries at all.
Congratulations on that.
is the company, as far as things have been a little slow as far as pushing product. I really haven't advertised. I haven't promoted anything in the last pretty much this year, just because so many other things have been going on and trying to get things straightened out, trying to get just everything, you know what I mean? So today was a big milestone with that. And I'd like to start putting a little more effort towards the company again. I haven't, like I said, I haven't done much this year just because of everything else that's been going on. So people can expect to see some more activity from Rabbit Hole via Facebook. It seems to be the best place to really put posts, even videos. I mean, I do YouTube as well, but I haven't done many videos lately, but that will be more very soon to come. Some more demonstration videos, some more tutorials, as well as a whole other product line that would work with the Rabbit Hole tool that would allow a whole nother series of measurements to be performed with the same tool, just with a simple addition of, I'm going to stick with that. I can't get too much on that right now, but that's where I'm at right now. I'm trying to launch that product line. It may be a few more months before that hits the market.
Sounds good.
You're going to beat me to market? Because I'm
I
looking at
have.
like 2027.
It's no competition, but I have no idea.
Okay.
Speaking of YouTube, as I was bitching about last week, they literally went back 12 mother years and took down our first episode.
Them dirty people.
So anyway,
It was back when there was nothing in Mike's room.
Oh, that hurt us so bad.
in the garage.
That one episode. That. You know what? We should close the show tonight. We're done.
I was in the garage then. So
No, the first episode was in the room, Mike.
Oh, that's right. It was because it was my wife's office then.
Yeah.
So at that time, it was my wife's office, and so that's why there wasn't anything in here.
Oh, well, maybe they saw
the
something.
gun safe. The gun safe behind me would have been there.
Maybe there was some kind of thing that they saw they didn't like.
Yeah. Well, I mean, basic premise of this podcast violates TOS, so
yeah,
they can get bent. But so what's going to happen over the next 2 weeks is literally everything is going to transition to Rumble.
Okay.
At some point in time, I'm going to completely stop posting to YouTube. I have to get caught up on the audio podcast first, which Chris and I are working hard on. I posted another couple over the weekend, and then I will be posting one tonight when I'm done, and some more tomorrow, some more over the weekend. Basically, 2 weeks after I get caught up on the audio podcasts, we won't be posting to YouTube Live anymore.
Okay.
The channel will stay as it is until YouTube sees fit to take it down, which they will at some point in time, because they're going to continue the way their algorithm is working. They're going to continue to flag our videos, and they're going to continue to take our videos down. The entire video library is going to get moved over to Rumble. I'm working on ways to do that now. When Rumble launched, they had a process that you could transfer videos, but I'm guessing that was system intensive because they killed it. But I've got a couple other ways to do it, but I got to get a Windows computer up and running, and I don't think my Surface will do it, but I'm going to try it.
Okay.
So that's kind of where that's going. So everything's going to be over on Rumble. All of the regular videos, all of the podcasts are going to be over there. So that's going to happen. The other thing that's going to change is we are not going to strictly focus on reloading only. 12 years, 585 episodes on reloading.
Okay.
As far as basic reloading goes, dude, that glue has hardened, dried, and become dust. We are going to do one last full series on both. We are going to do a full series on basic reloading, but we're going to do it all in one shot. And then we're going to go through and we're going to do a hand loading series all in one shot. We're not going to go back and forth like we have in the past.
Well, that hand loading series is going to be a long series.
Oh, I plan on it being. I figure it's going to be a couple months at least.
Yeah.
Ken and I were talking a bit, and Ken made the suggestion that what we need to do for the basic series to help make it not such a clusterfuck is to really focus minutely, and maybe make a 5-minute, kind of like a 5-minute focus instead of trying to cram so much stuff into one episode. We're not going to necessarily only spend 5 minutes an episode on talking on it, but we're not going to do a 2-hour episode on reloading. Every single one of these episodes, whether it's the basic or the advanced, is going to be no more from start to finish than an hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah.
If we get past an hour and 15 minutes, I will literally hit the end fucking stream button.
And it'll be by category, right?
So, because that's one of the other problems we have is we go on and on and on and on and on. And that's not helpful either. And the idea of this podcast started was to be a mentor for people that didn't have a mentor.
Yeah.
A resource for the people that didn't necessarily have a resource other than a frickin' book. And I'm not saying books are bad, because a lot of the reloading manuals are fantastic. The ABCs of reloading, no matter which version you grab, whether you grab the very first one or you grab Film Star's latest, they're all excellent. They're great resources.
I agree.
But we also wanted to have a weekly spot, and it's going to continue. We're going to still cover reloading. It's just not going to be necessarily the primary focus. We're going to still answer questions. If you have a question, you send us an email, reloadingpodcast@gmail.com, or text message at 608-467-0308, or hit us up on Discord or whatever, social media. I will be honest, I have not spent a minute, and I mean literally a minute, in the reloading room or the reloading podcast group on Facebook in over 6 months. I don't go there. In fact, the only time I ever spend on Facebook is to wish people a happy birthday, check Facebook Marketplace, and answer any direct messages that I've gotten or comment responses, and check on a couple of friends. And that's it. I don't spend a lot of time on Facebook. Most of my time is spent in Discord. And I freely give that out. We love having more people join Discord. So
we love Discord because it is free speech.
Absolutely. And it's free selling. Dude, you got something you want to sell and you got kicked out of the reloading podcast group, or you got kicked out of the reloading room? Get a hold of me. We literally have a buy and sell page. We have a buying page if you're looking for something, and we have a selling page in Discord. And guess what? As long as you're following the laws, I don't regulate it. I'm not looking on there, oh, he's selling that, we gotta ban him. No. Follow the law.
No, not unless we know that he's...
But you can't sell hookers. Sorry.
Yeah.
You don't sell hookers, you rent them.
You can't rent them either. That's the one hard and fast rule. No hookers, no illegal drugs. Well, the illegal drugs, if you're sharing, maybe.
No drugs. No drugs in general. Just because
look. You need, whoever it is, they need to be legit.
Yeah.
because people on Discord can tell the difference of people who are legit and who are not.
Oh, I've banned people. Yeah, I've absolutely
And
banned
many of us had called people out on some crappy sales that we knew were bogus.
sketchy. Yeah.
It's not very often, but once on a rare occasion, we're all looking out.
Mm-hmm. And trust me. Every
And that's
time
anywhere you go. That's anywhere you go on the internet.
Just don't know. I will do the oh my god, I'm checking up on my daughter's boyfriend search and find out everything I can on these people. And I will freely kick your ass out of Discord if you're trying to rip off one of my friends.
Yep.
And everybody that is in Discord, I consider a friend.
And that fraud goes anywhere. Facebook, Discord, TikTok. I don't care where you go. Look at me. I'll put myself out there, for example, where I got ripped off on $900 worth of Lapua brass from a precision shooting group. That was a very representable group, a lot of good people. I wasn't the only one that got stolen from, but it happens, and it's very unfortunate.
And if you join the Discord, here's the thing: if we don't know you, we can't speak up for you. But if somebody posts something for sale in the Discord and we know them, all you gotta do is ask, and we'll say, no, that guy's legit.
Yep.
Right. We know for sure.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Ask around before you commit to anything.
Mm-hmm. And if you think there's something sketchy, I have no problem banning people. And
the Discord does cover more than just reloading. It covers shooting. It covers everything.
3D
it covers
printing,
video games,
Barbecue.
hunting, barbecue. I mean,
we got a channel for truck drivers.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to have a conversation that's outside of the reloading thing with people that are like-minded to what you're thinking in general, it's a good place. There's obviously there's also a channel for politics if you want to debate that. That's there and stuff like that. And
Mike, whose dogs are barking? Yeah,
Mike's.
it is.
Yeah. There's also the meme channel, which I fortunately have only ever come close to throwing up once because of a meme. I don't remember what it was. Thankfully, I think I've mentally blocked it, but I can tell you I know exactly who posted it. Yeah, I mean, and there's plenty. There's plenty. It's community. It's not just reloading. But there are sections for it. I mean, my one complaint is when somebody asks a serious question and then obviously somebody smart ass responses and it just completely devolves and we never do answer the question. Honestly, Mike, you're not the worst culprit of that.
I'm not. I'm really not.
Most of the time you'll get legitimate answers or something like that.
And if you don't, either re-ask the question or get a hold of one of us. And we'll make sure you get legitimate answers. Sorry about my dogs. They decided to be assholes. 2 of them are dachshund based. One's basically pure, got a little red healer in her, but she's mostly dachshund. And so they bark at abso-freaking-lutely nothing. Normally they're pretty good during the podcast.
So regarding to Ken's statement, he was just saying, I even put myself out there, I mean, I got a sense of humor and I've answered some questions in the past on Discord where I try to make it as obvious as possible. Like it's totally the wrong answer, but it's just in light of being humorous. But I've even backed way off on that where I just don't really do it anymore because not everybody gets my sense of humor, especially if they're not a new person. So I'm backing way off on all that.
And for those who are watching on YouTube, the reason why Mike is shoving the Hornady hat in there is because that's Justin's favorite brand of reloading equipment.
Mike, you can stick that hat where the sun don't shine.
No, I'm going to bring it to you. Next time I see you, it's yours.
No, it stinks. I don't want it.
I'm going to go.
Oh, so he hangs it up to air out like that's going to make a difference.
Hey, it's not my camera view. Quit your whining. Odor, here is your link.
I think Kim's also going to go grab a set of glasses, I think.
So, yeah, no, Justin's had some bad experiences with Hornaday, understandably so, as we all have. And so we just love to give Justin absolute shit about Hornaday. So that's why I grabbed the hat, because I happened to be walking by it and saw it. I'm like, opportunity.
Everybody loves
yeah.
beating me up.
Odor,
About
there's an
Hornaday.
actual pair of glasses.
These are my wife's. They're as you can tell, they're a little small. They fit. They're right here, just kind of pushing against my head. But
Hey, they might
otherwise they're
fit you,
good.
Justin.
What?
So they might fit you. They're smaller.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
Right.
this is kind of one of their standard sets. Obviously, you can see they've got the yellow lenses.
I'll grab mine.
as I
I'll be
said-
right back while you guys talk about it.
Okay.
As I said, they start out, the world's a little bit yellow, but your eyes quickly adjust and you really don't notice that they're there anymore. And they are photosensitive, so the brighter the sunlight, the darker they get.
Yeah, that's the thing that really appealed to me. These are my normal glasses. Now they are also quote safety lenses. They're from Zenni, so I don't know how serious they are. By the way, the cool reflection you see is because they actually have a UV, or I mean IR coating to protect from IR. But they're also transitions, so they darken. But I also know that transitions never get dark enough for me behind the windshield. So I've got a pair of clip-on shades. I also have a pair of clip-on yellow lenses. So I totally know what Ken's talking about when you first put them on and everything's all yellow and you're like, ugh! But after a couple seconds, your eyes start to adjust, and the more you have them on, the better. So
And once you've had them on once or twice, you don't even notice it anymore. I mean,
Yeah.
unless like something weird happens, and you're like, oh yeah, the world's a little yellow. But
Yeah.
then, and then 5 minutes later, the rest of the day, you don't even notice it.
the one thing about the rose glasses, they're kind of more designed for trap shooters so that the clay pigeons jump out. But the one thing is if you use a red dot or a green dot, it washes them out. So
So I do know that the rose ones also do help with some people that have color blindness. Some people
Yeah.
who use that with the color blindness will help with the red dots.
so
Right.
that was the one thing that Brian was saying. He was on We Like Shooting last week. Not yesterday, but a week ago. So, and I'm going to try and get him on here. So yeah, moving everything off YouTube. I'm going to leave everything that's there, but at some point in time, we're just not going to post to it anymore. So you won't be able to click on the YouTube link to go watch it on YouTube anymore. You'll have to go to Rumble. So,
All right, Mike.
Yeah, what you got?
So this is the Fortnite optics lenses, the shape of the frame, whatever.
Yeah.
The aviator style lenses don't work well for me, so this is what if I'm forced to wear, this is what I wear, and you can see how
There's
high
still
the
a lot of
frames
gap.
are above my eyebrows.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a lot of gaps on those.
So when I'm behind a rifle and I'm looking like this,
Yeah, I can't see how those would work very well for a rifle.
yeah, they work well for rifle because of the height of the frame above the eyebrow.
Oh, that's the advantage. Okay.
That's it, because when you go down on a rifle, your cheek goes
Yeah.
down, and now you're looking up towards your eyebrows.
Mhm.
So the frame of the glasses easily gets in the way of I even experienced the same thing with shotgun, just shooting sporting clays. I had a problem with safety glasses and the frame getting in the way. The Fortnite optics have been pretty good for me.
Okay.
And so that's what I've been using. I'm not going to say they're better than anybody else. There's a lot of really great companies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's some. Yeah, there's, and
But
I'm not saying.
that's just what worked for me. So everybody's different. Everybody has their own likes. I have 2 pairs of them. I have like the clear pair that I just showed,
Mhm.
and then I have a second pair that's lightly shaded. So if if it's real sunny, I mean, I can wear these, and the shade is not, it looks dark on the screen, but
When you
looking
turn
through
sideways,
them,
you can tell they're not very dark.
yeah, but looking through them, I mean, they're really not that dark. I mean, you can see here,
Mhm.
you can kind of see they're not very dark.
No.
They're just very reflective of that blue color on the surface of the lens, but the darkness is not very dark. So those are great too, just for sunny days where you just want to cut down on glare a little bit.
Mhm.
And like I said, they've been well for me, but I'm not gonna sell them over anybody else. It's just like I said, that's what's worked for me.
Yep. So in between now and when we start on the basic reloading, I don't really have any topics in mind. If there's something you want covered, put it in the chat now, or send us an email, reloadingpodcast@gmail.com, or shoot us a text, 608-467-0308. Otherwise, we're just going to pull stuff out of our butt. Basically, after we're done with the 2 reloading series, it's up in the air. We're going to definitely do some 3D printing stuff. I want to get in a little more of that. So we're going to drag Tom and Billy on. Billy said his voice is horrible and he doesn't want to talk, but we're going to strong arm him. He just doesn't know it yet. Well, he does now. So, road trip to Kentucky. Anyway, so a couple of things coming up in future. GunCon 2026. I'm going. They have tickets on sale. It's $50 again this year, but t-shirt, meal, and it helps support the event. I think there might be other couple of things, but what is it? GunCon.net. It's worth going to just once if you haven't gone.
And it's in a pretty cool venue this year.
Yeah.
I've actually
last
stayed
year
in a
was
hotel.
in
So Mike,
downtown Cleveland, which
so Mike,
sucked ass.
where is this GunCon being held this year?
It is in Ohio again.
Niles, Ohio. My dad would know
Yeah.
why that rings a bell.
Is that not?
Because
I wonder if
Nile-
that's pretty
Nile
close
sounds
to
familiar.
Cardinal shooting range out there.
Why does
I
that
don't
sound
know.
familiar, Nick?
You remember when Caitlin and I went to your audit with you? We stayed in the hotel.
Oh, yeah.
It's in that big shopping mall area. There's a
Yeah, I
event
know
center
you're
there
talking
that he's using. Yep.
We went to the minor league ball game and stuff.
Yep.
Okay.
So it's June 20th at the Eastwood Event Center. It's in Niles, Ohio. Oh, sorry. It's $60. Sorry, not 50. So
How
you
many
get the
days?
show day, which there's going to be even more vendors this year.
How many days?
And here's the thing. Part of the thing that John requires for everybody who shows up as a vendor, they have to give something away. So when you pay your $60, you get your t-shirt, you get your entrance to GunCon, you get lunch included, and John's like me, he's a fat kid. He loves food. He doesn't get shitty food trucks. He gets good food. Last year, downtown Cleveland, down by the lake, we had great food. We had 4 food trucks. Well, we had 4 until the city decided to be assholes and kicked one out because they were playing with the owner of the property. So, but we don't have that problem this year. There is no doubt that the venue we are at is gun friendly. No doubt. It's been heavily vetted.
Mike,
So-
what is the date range again? Start to finish?
So it's 19th and 20th of June. 19th is the media range day. And there were the thing that was new this year that I didn't find out about. and this is going to be next year as well, I believe, because it was a big success, is there is going to be a limited amount of VIP tickets, which gets you access to the range in the afternoon.
So
There was
19th,
only
is
100
the
and
show.
they went-
19th is a Friday.
Yes. The Friday is
Okay.
a range day, and then Saturday is the show.
Okay.
So think of it, if you've ever been to NRA AM or you've been to SHOT Show, it's kind of like that. There's a bunch of vendors, but like I said, everybody has to give something away. There's been no less than 3 cans given away at every single gun con. And now if you win one, there's no tax stamp.
It's truly free.
There's at least 2 full firearms given away at every show. Usually, I think last year there was like 10. You've got tools, you've got gun cleaning stuff, you've got other things that are there. The panels are there. So there's 3 different panels where you can literally stand up and ask the question. Let's see if they got a list of the panels. He was on last night or last week. I think last week on We Like Shooting, and so he was talking about all the panelists and stuff.
So Mike, do you have anything to give as far as what's on the board of what they're giving away?
No.
Okay.
That's one of the things that they don't announce until day of.
Yeah.
But if it's a suppressor company, you can pretty much guarantee that they're giving away a can.
Yeah.
Firearms company usually is giving away a firearm. Rifle Speed last year was giving away one of their adjustable gas blocks. There was a barrel company there giving you a rifle barrel. Couple of optics. So
Okay.
he doesn't have a list of everybody that's going to be there yet.
Okay. I don't know if I'll be there.
So
I'm not saying yes or no.
Besides the prizes they wrap or give out, just between the T-shirt, the meal, and the free swag you pick up, I mean, you're pushing $60 right there.
And the fact that you can literally ask these companies questions that you normally wouldn't get a chance to ask, because they're like, either depending on what size they are, either the owners are there.
Yeah.
You've got their media directors, there's engineers and stuff that are there. You can ask questions. Plus the panels.
Yeah.
Like I said, you can literally, get in line and ask questions of the panels. So there's going to be a legal panel in the morning, which is going to be GOA, Second Amendment Foundation, I think FPC, the NRA ILA is going to be there. There's a couple others. I don't remember.
I think FRAC.
Yeah. So, I mean, you literally can ask questions.
So this would be a great event for anybody, any gun owner, really. But
yeah.
But I would say, as far as from what it sounds like, I mean, I have not been to one, but from what I perceive, it seems like most of the product that will be promoted for that would be geared towards hunters, pistol shooters, shotgun shooters.
No, there's
Probably.
precision rifle.
Is there precision rifle?
Yeah.
Kelby's is there.
Yeah, Kelby's was there. There was 2 other companies that were precision rifle.
Shaw Barrels is there.
Yeah, Shaw Barrels was there last year.
Okay. I don't know much about it. I mean, I'm interested in considering and possibly being there as a vendor, but I don't know enough about it yet. That's why I'm asking right now.
I'll get John to give you a holler.
Okay.
And he
Wouldn't
can
hurt
answer
to
any
go just to
questions.
go, even if you don't go as a vendor.
Yeah, I can get you in his media.
Okay.
Give you an idea. Speakers. Patton will be there, obviously, for TGC. Sean Heron will be there. We always harass the hell out of him. Mr. Guns and Gear. Tactical Considerations, Adam Kraut, Guns and Gadgets, John Comerford from the NRA, Eric Pratt from GOA, Travis White from FRAC, VSO Gun Channel, Kevin Dixie, Luke Cusano, Tactical Advisor, Legally Armed America. Johnny B is going to be back because he's not banned this year. Concrete Cowboy, Ashley Lubinsky. For those of you who don't know who Ashley is, she was director of the Cody Firearms Museum for many years. She did a show on History Channel with Zeke Stout and a Hollywood personage on making weapons, making firearms specifically. She just redid the entire LA Police Museum, like
She knows her
completely from the
stuff.
bottom up. Yeah. The amount of knowledge in that young woman's head is ridiculous. And she's funny as hell too. She has a sass to her that is amazing.
So
Say for you, Justin, this would make a lot of sense. I mean, you're going to get like if you could get a good spot at say, what's the big con there in Vegas? I can't think of it off the top of my head.
Oh, shot show.
Shot show that you'd get more volume out of it, but getting a good spot would be difficult. Plus, you're going to get washed out with all of the other
Shot
major
show, you're
vendors.
looking at minimum of 10 grand
Yeah.
expenditure. Here's the current list of sponsors. First Form, energy drinks, Aim Surplus. I don't know what that freaking logo is.
Akos Arms.
Arms List, Versa, Biofire, Brigade Tactical. Oh, Akos Arms.
Mm-hmm.
okay, this is a long list. I can already tell you're going in alphabetical order, and you've already listed like 5, and you're only in B.
Bull Armory, Caldwell, Century Arms, Canic, Chestnut Mounting, Daria Arms, DSA Arms, or DS Arms, Xtar, Frac, Gideon, GOA.
That's Harrington Arms. Is that one that's the green logo?
Yeah, Harrington Arms, High Point, Inland.
Ooh, High Point. There's some precision.
Hey, I want to try one of their cans. I do want to try one.
They're
of their
freaking
cans.
awesome.
I've heard they're really nice for the price point.
And
Mike,
frankly, they're
Mike,
the,
you don't
the High
have-
Point
you don't have
ARs are
to
nice.
do
I
that.
shot them last year. High Point ARs are probably like a same quality as like a Ruger or Smith and Wesson M&P.
Hence there's some precision comment.
Actually, I was shooting pretty good at groups with their AR at 100 yards. So,
There are some ARs that will shoot some small groups.
so there is a right back there in that gray safe over my shoulder. There is a JP40 that I can shoot groups like this at 25 yards with in 40 Smith and Wesson. High Points will shoot. The problem is they also have problems out of the box, and people just bitch about it instead of calling up High Point and getting them fixed. But their pistols are nothing compared to their carbines. Their carbines are actually really nice.
Mike, I didn't intend to get you to go off to different. I
Okay.
was just taking a quick cheap shot.
Okay. So, full force gear, Kelby's, Layer X suppression, Matador arms, Meligun, Meprolite, Neomag, One Horse. One Horse has made up a lot of the people that used to be with Poverty Pony. But they're actually making good stuff now. Optics Planet, Otis, Patch Ops. Patch Ops usually makes the patch for the place. This was last year's. So, Phoenix Trinity, Pyramid. Oh, they have their full awful. Pyramid brings full auto air rifles. And they had a 50 cal air rifle there last year. Recover Tactical, Rifle Speed, RM. I don't remember what that is.
Ross Martin.
FAF, Second Call Defense, Shaw Barrels. God, what the hell's ST again?
Stuff and things.
Stuff Tanks. T&K suppressors, Tandem Cross, Ken. Warden Studio. They will take your standard piece of crap ear protection and make them into a high quality communication device. Wheeler, of course, Wilf Tech, XS Sights, X Tech, and I'm sure there's going to be more added because usually when he puts the tickets on sale, he usually adds about a third more every year. Because the only ones that get listed are the ones that are absolutely guaranteed. So, and he's had people that have been there before that are not allowed back. So
well, we'll see. I'll think about it.
If you're even thinking about it, let me know so I can get you media creds.
Okay.
Because we got to do that quick. So, and that goes for anybody on the panel.
Going myself, but it's going to be like bad timing because I got World Speed Shoot plus the Area 5, and I think it falls like literally the weekend in between the two, and I don't want to be traveling that much.
I don't blame you. The other one is going to be August 1st and 2nd in Des Moines.
I will not be there.
Des Moines. You got an F class that weekend, don't you?
I don't have any scheduled F class right now.
That's goals. Gun owners for Gun Owners of America. That's what they started in answer to the NRA when the NRA went to shit. That's their answer to the NRA AM.
I'd love to see that I was shooting in nationals again this year, but with the traveling involved, I don't know that. I think that I would rather put that time and energy into the company versus going to the competition this year anyways.
Makes sense.
It's not to say for future years, but that's kind of what I anticipate this year is that I don't anticipate a lot of traveling. I'm going to focus more on the business and trying to promote new products and as well as the current products, and get people to understand and realize what those will do for them.
Yep. And if you want to take some time out in the next couple of weeks and dedicate part of the show or most of the show, let me know. Floor is yours. I told you.
Okay.
So it's just like when Ken gets his stuff up and running, he's going to have a standing offer to be advertising.
Yeah, sure. We'll discuss it when
you get there.
Time, when we feel like you want to show on it. There's been multiple shows, other creators on YouTube that have done work covering the tool. Brian Zolnikov has X-Ring Reloading has done some. There's been some others that have talked about doing some that haven't yet. So I mean, there's a lot out there, but I would say that Brian Zolnikov has done the best coverage on it as far as any outsource. And Brian Z, he's I mean, it doesn't get much more credible than that. I mean, you learn to know the guy and you get to understand him when you watch his videos enough that he doesn't care about who gives him what, or you cannot buy Brian Z. You cannot. Right. You give him a good product and he tries it. If he likes it, he will promote it. If he hates it, he ain't going to promote it. And that's just the end of the story. And, so that's kind of what I've learned there with that. And so I've been fortunate with him that, this product has worked very well for him as well as many other competition shooters. For some reason, it seems like a lot of them are trying to keep it quiet, which I do understand to some extent.
Because right now it's an advantage for them over their competition.
Well, it's like, when I first developed this, the whole idea behind this tool, I might as well just go ahead and put the story out there. I'm going to keep it real short and simple. The whole idea of creating the tool that I created was to give my own self a benefit over everybody else that I was competing against. And then some family pointed out a good point to me. They're like, okay, so you've created this tool that nobody is not available. It's not available anywhere in the world. Nobody can get it. You can't buy it. You can't get it. It's just end of story. The only person was Speedy Gonzalez, that he made his own version of one at some point. I never seen. Well, eventually after I made mine, I saw what his looked like. It's nothing like mine, but his is more like a bench tool. Mine is more handheld. But he's refused to reproduce that tool. I even tried to buy one from him. I mean, it is what it is. I understand the guy's busy. He's got a lot of things. Like that's a low priority to him.
Mhm.
So, but I mean, it works undeniably. But it takes the right person to be able to see the benefit. I mean, if you're just a deer hunter and you're just trying to keep your shots on a pie plate, I don't know, let's just say you're trying to keep within one MOA, the tool's not going to benefit you. And I'm not going to lie, maybe I'm not the best salesman at saying that, but
No, you've been honest about it, and that is the best type of salesman.
but I'm honest. I'm not going to tell you like, you need this is going to make your game better. I mean, it depends on how your game is in the first place. Right. If you're in the top of, some precision, bench rest or F class or something of that sort, where tiny, small groups, you're measuring them with a caliper down to the thousandth of an inch, I mean, you're not doing it with F class, but you are with bench rest. So, I mean, there's definitely a lot of gains to be benefited with bench rest. And Brian Z will tell you that with using my tool, that it works and, it will improve your game. With F class, you're not measuring small groups. You're measuring. You're looking at scoring rings at 1,000 yards away. So there's a lot of other factors involved with reading the wind and managing recoil and everything else, and getting that gun to shoot exactly consistently as possible. To the finest degree that you could ever imagine. So, even with that, there's definitely benefits to be gained, even with F class. I'm sorry, but that's all I really have to say about it. I think I pretty well covered that now.
Well, I think, to your credit, like you're saying, hey, this really, unless you're shooting these disciplines, this really isn't a tool for you, right?
Right.
Now, I actually have one of your tools. I haven't used it yet, but I also haven't been doing any precision hand loading since I've gotten it. So that said, I mean, so a lot of people are out there pushing tuners, right?
Yep.
And do tuners work? I believe they do something, right? But even the guys that are selling the tuners don't do a good job of telling you how to use their tuners.
Yep.
Right. So that makes me question, do they even actually really work? I mean, are there instances where they work? Sure. I believe it because but are you going to get enough of a benefit for most of the stuff? Most shooters are never going to get enough benefit, right? Now, the guys that are shooting F class and bench rest, maybe.
Now,
right?
Ken, I have a question for you, and maybe you might have some insight in this. I cannot figure this. I cannot wrap my mind around this. I can't figure it out. I have a customer in Hawaii that requested adapter plates for the RPG tool for 9mm, as well as 45 ACP. One of
Bullseye.
the plates that I
know where you're going with the question. Bullseye. They're literally trying to shoot small groups on paper.
Yeah. Okay. I just thought it was an odd request for somebody to want plates to fit a certain cartridge of such. It just didn't, but okay, Bullseye. All right. I guess I didn't even know there is such a thing as 9mm, Bullseye.
So
There's
these
literally
are the guys
Bullseye
that
in
are going to
every
be standing
cartridge
there. They're going to be standing there. They're going to have one arm on their chest, the other one they're standing bladed, right? They're doing this. So I think the Olympic air shooting, which has been all over the place, at least as far as my feeds lately, right, where they stand in there and they put the gun down, they stand it up. It's the same thing, but it's with specifically they're going to be shooting in 1911 most often, right?
Okay.
And who knows, there might be other guns that are used. I don't know enough about bullseye target with pistol, but yes, it's out there.
There used to be a bullseye division for 22.
Oh, there still is. It's the most
38 Super, 9, 45. And then there was 38 was one of the revolver classes. I think there's 5 revolver cartridges, but I don't remember what they all are. There actually used to be at one point in time a 32 ACP class.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what it's going to be. It's somebody trying to do exactly what you're doing, where they're trying to get every last, micrometer of out of that. So that way, that's the only thing that makes sense. So
those people stand there when they practice. They will stand there in their house, literally holding their gun for hours at a time to build up the arm strength. So they do not move.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they literally stand there in that position holding that gun so they don't move.
Yep. It's just as insane as anything that bench rest does. And I use bench rest because they tend to be a little crazier than the F class guys.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, F class guys are crazy. I mean, look at Justin.
Well, I mean, yes.
Well, if you remember Jeremy from the earlier episodes, he was an F class shooter too. He was nuts, but he's also from Arkansas. So
there's a difference between being around the bend and being over the other side of the S curve.
Well, yeah, I mean, we're all kind of nuts from Wisconsin, but
yeah.
But we're professional, drinkers, right?
Drinkers.
Yeah. Yeah. So at least we're professional at something.
Right? We make up sports that we can drink in. All right.
I mean, that counts for something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Eating cheese and drinking beer.
That's right. There's only one state out of the 50 that's not allowed to participate in drinking contests elsewhere in the country and outside of the country. You're welcome. There's a reason there's a merchandise thing called Drink Wisconsinably.
Yeah.
So anyway, next week, this is what we're going to talk about. This is the Titan X. I will also have my Blackbeard out. I will also set up my Laser Academy, and we'll talk about Manus. And Ken, if you want to make it a longer show, you can pull your toy out.
This sounds dirty.
Huh?
That sounds dirty.
The Ace.
Oh, you mean this?
Yep.
No, I think we covered that pretty good in one episode. I mean,
yeah. Maybe just talk about it briefly, but yeah.
No, actually, what I'd be more likely to talk about is the other training tool I've been using.
Yeah, you can talk about that. So we'll leave that a secret, though. It's called a teaser.
Okay. Secrets are good. I like secrets.
Teasers are good.
Yeah.
What is not a secret is the quality of the Patriot Patch Company products.
I need to learn what Ken is using so I can beat him in Steel Challenge.
Are you going to come shoot with us this year?
Well, sometime, sure.
Freaking sweet.
By the way,
I make a promise now, not counting March, I will shoot at least one Steel Challenge match every month through October.
Look, Mike, I'm officially a free man as of today. As of 11 a.m. today.
Woo!
So a lot of stress has been lifted off, and we will do some more things.
Absolutely. Does Hughes prefer to have a range, or are you still Oconomowoc?
I'm still in well, okay, so I'm still with Oconomowoc Sportsman's Club, which is in Sullivan. It's not in Oconomowoc, but It's on the south side of
Yeah.
I-94. Oconomowoc is north of 94, so it's just over the edge of Oconomowoc. But that is still my current range. There is one in Hustisford where I currently live and run my operation from, but that range is strictly just shotgun, pretty much.
Yeah, that's
So,
the trap one out by LKQ, right? Right on 60.
yeah. Yep, that's the one.
That's what I thought. So, but anyway, we can all meet at Columbus.
Yeah.
I have a membership there.
I know you do. If
So
I had the money, I'd be a member there. So we'll start a poor
it's a
man's
lot
club.
cheaper if you volunteer than if you don't volunteer, but I don't usually get my volunteer hours in. So
I just pay for my volunteer hours that I don't volunteer for because
that's
it's
what I
not
do.
worth the time. $25 an hour. I just pay for it at the end of the year.
There is something to be said
At least
about.
I don't have to pay
what
for
your time is worth.
At least I don't have to pay for both my hours and my wife's hours since it's a spousal membership. Now it's just I just cover my own hours. It's not
That's
double.
right.
Benefits of divorce.
You're on your own.
That was rough paying for 2 memberships with non-working. I'll tell you, that was $500, not even counting the membership. Just that alone for a married couple, it costed me $500 a year just to not work at that range and be a member. Yes, that was on top of the membership dues.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
That is absurd. That is
Yeah.
the highest I've heard of anywhere in southern Wisconsin.
Cost me an extra $100 to not volunteer.
Right.
it's only It was only $120 a year for membership, but then if you don't want to work, if you're not going to work, it's $250 per member.
Yeah, that's absurd.
Yeah.
So,
Kind of glad I'm not a member.
especially given the fact it's only a 300-yard range.
Yeah.
So,
Actually, their pistol bays are pretty good. So
not bad.
not great, but they're pretty good.
Patriot Patch Company. So you've got your patch, Velcro patch, which I can't hold straight because I'm dumbass today. There we go. I got my head out of my ass. Your sticker, Ryan's original drawing. So it's always fun to compare the original drawing to the patch, the final patch. So, says, do you feel lucky? Do you, punk? He's holding a sawed off on the one hand. And of course, if you're going to drop that line, there's only one gun that you can be holding. Because he's holding the 44 Magnum, the most powerful handgun in the world, and it'll blow your head clean off. So anyway,
At one time, yes.
not anymore.
Not anymore. Yeah, 500 I think has got it beat.
Yeah, I
for
think the
production.
500 Smith and the 460 have both beat the crap out of it. So,
Yeah, for production, anyways. I mean, there's bigger stuff, but for production guns, yeah, I think that's big.
well, yeah, I mean, you can get a 757 JDJ and a frickin' Thompson Center.
Listen, they make a 50 BMG handgun.
Right.
They actually make 5 different ones. I saw a 1911 version the other day.
Jesus.
Bolt action 1911.
It's fun. It's fun watching
The
people.
frickin'
beat
gun
themselves
is
in
as
the head.
long as the freaking cartridge. The dude is wearing a freaking motorcycle helmet when he shoots it because literally when he pulls the trigger,
Yeah, it rings his dome.
yeah,
That sounds like a great plan.
Listen, the gun industry has done some great innovations, and they have done some of the stupidest shit on the planet.
right.
Amen to that, Ken.
I'm one of those guys. Listen, I don't like recoil. I mean, I can handle it. I'll shoot 12 gauge. I'd probably be happy shooting a 50, probably be able to shoot a 50 BMG. But you know what? If I can, shoot it without the less recoil I can shoot a gun with, the happier I am.
50
it's
BMGs are cool, but they do shake the hell out of you.
It's funny you say that, Ken, because when you talk to people that haven't shot a lot, they feel very confident about recoil. But when you talk to people that shoot a lot, they want less recoil.
Yeah.
And it's kind of funny how it's almost like, for people that don't shoot a lot, it's almost like a tough man contest, like who can handle the most recoil. But then once those same people have shot enough that they've kind of, gone over into the next, thing.
Because detached retinas suck.
Yeah, you learn that recoil is not your friend. I mean, yeah.
Listen, an ultralight rifle chambered in 300 Win Mag, I will shoot it one time. I'm done for the day.
Everybody can prove how tough they are and just shoot it. And my shoulder's still in one piece, but there's a lot of other things.
Well, and most of the guns that are out there, like a 300 Win Mag.
This is one of my favorites to shoot. It's a 22.
And an ultralight hunting rifle. Listen, it doesn't hurt to shoot it once. Not if you've shouldered it right. I mean, yes, there's lots of recoil and you're going to have lots of reaction, but if you've shouldered that gun right, it doesn't hurt.
No, you're right. And
it's
when
the third, fourth, and fifth time you shoot it that you're like at the end of the day going, "What the hell? The mule kicked the crap out of me 4 or 5 times."
Right. When you're in a hunting situation where you only need to shoot once, maybe twice, you the adrenaline is rushing. You don't feel that recoil. Hell, you don't even hardly hear the gun.
Hey, Nick.
I mean, anybody that hunts, most people that hunt don't wear ear protection. I don't wear ear protection when I hunt.
I will now, but that's because I have hearing protection that I can actually hear through.
Yeah,
hey, Nick.
But when you don't, when it reduces
range with an 8mm.
But you're not going to put in like regular earplugs. That's going to reduce your ability to hear. Like
what was that, Mike?
Person.
And what was that, Mike? What'd you say to Nick?
I was dragging Nick into it about shooting a lovely steel butt plate 8mm at the range.
I'm so used to shooting surplus stuff. It
all
feels the same anymore.
But it's fun the first time you let somebody shoot one.
But truthfully, I think that's why the AR-15 in America is so popular.
Because it doesn't recoil.
Don't recoil.
No.
Right.
And it's accurate.
Yeah. Like I took out the Gordon carbine a couple weekends ago, and that thing is quiet, no felt recoil, 10 or 12.5-inch barrel. It's like the perfect setup.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and also if you shoot enough, you start to get callous to it. Like if I were to go out and shoot a round of 50 birds in trap with a 12 gauge using a normal load, probably wouldn't feel it. I shot the second 50 that day. At the end of the day, I'm going to have a sore shoulder, right? But
man,
the guys that shoot that 100 or 50 or 100 rounds of birds, 2-3 times a week, they're never going to feel it because they get callous to it, right? But it's one of those things that, if I'm callous to it, that's fine. But it's one of those that I don't have to prove my manhood by shooting a lot of rounds with it. And Nick's talking about or Mike was talking about with a steel butt plate. They actually make this nice like rubber thing that slides over the end of it. That if you're trying to be nice to a new shooter, to a gun like that, because those guns were not designed to shoot softly. They were designed to just shoot.
If you're going to take a new shooter out, that's what these are for.
22s, yep. But I'm talking somebody new to that type of, like, if Nick were to take me to the range and didn't give me a heads up that what I was shooting with the 8mm with a steel plate was a bit more than what you would normally expect, I just think he was a jerk. If he gave me a little heads up, hey, this has got a bit of a kick, I'd take the extra time, make sure I'm in the pocket, right? Where it's like, all right, make sure that the shirt's flat underneath it so you don't get that little crease. Right, just the minor things that if you shoot enough, No,
I wouldn't even give you. I'd give you no warning. I'd just say, "Here, shoot this." It's like butter. There's no recoil, and then I'd be in the back, just grinning with a shit-eating grin, just laughing, just waiting for the moment.
That's why I wanted a little single shot 10 gauge.
Watch how much he hates this gun.
I was like, "Here, shoot this. You will enjoy this." Just stand back.
My grandfather had a 16 gauge. The number of times I've accidentally pulled grandfather had a 16 gauge.
material.
Side by side. The number of times I pulled the frickin' both triggers and didn't realize it was amazing.
Oof.
Oh no! I mean, like you pull the triggers, and I couldn't tell the difference between a single trigger pull and two.
A lot of times you can't. Yeah.
But it's so much
I mean,
fun.
a 10 gauge or an 8 gauge. Oh.
Or if you're
We're
chucking
shooting
the
a
ballistic
4
4
bore.
gauge,
Yeah, that was
I
that
4
mean,
man
bore.
is not right.
Well, I've never shot an 8 gauge. I've only shot a 10. I do own a 10. It's a 30-inch barrel. It's a goose gun. It's a semi-auto. I have not hunted with it yet. I would like to sometime, hopefully in the next few years. But I don't know. I've owned the damn gun for probably 5 years already, and still haven't been out with it yet. But 10 gauge is a good goose gun. I've hunted goose with 12 gauge, but I just, after having done it, I would much rather have a 10 gauge. The 12, just most of the time you're gonna have to shoot them again. We've taken boats because I hunted the shore of a lake for a couple of years with my brother-in-law, and this one time we shot a goose. It went down. And we were duck hunting, so we weren't really goose hunting, but we had stuff for goose, and it's like, oh, here comes some geese. Bang, one goes down, goes out in the lake. We drive the boat over to it, and I shot the son of a bitch probably 6 times before it finally died. And I hit it every time, but it wouldn't die. And I'm like, this gun is not killing this. Like, I was almost kind of getting a little worried. Like this is like, I need to put this animal out of its misery. Like, I felt bad.
Were you using duck loads or goose loads?
They were BB shot.
Okay, second question. Did you ever pattern that shotgun with that BB shot?
No, I did not.
So you were probably missing.
That was a Winchester Super X3 that I was shooting.
Doesn't matter.
Like if half the BBs, so if your pattern is top heavy and you're aiming center, so you might have put a couple of small BBs into it, but like 2/3 of your pattern may have just gone over the top of it.
That's true.
Or you can have a hole in your pattern where your pattern's solid all the way around except for this one hole in that pattern because of the way it comes out of that choke in that particular gun. So you literally have one pellet in maybe like a 6 or 12-inch area. That's why it's important to go pattern your guns.
Yep.
So that's why I asked if you'd patterned, because if you hadn't patterned, you probably had a hole in your pattern, or it was top heavy or bottom heavy, and you were aiming wrong.
Most likely I shot over it.
So
I got a shotgun for you to shoot sometime, Mike.
You can shoot my 1870 or my 1886.
I've shot those.
Yeah,
before,
Nick,
so
make sure to load that shotgun with a bunch of those knockout, shells.
if Mike's even heard of this, it's called the Stevens 124.
Yes.
I actually think I've heard
The
of
cross, the,
and I
the
don't know a
crossbow.
lot.
Yep.
I picked one up for $40 at a local gun shop. And the
used to
thing's
have a
light as
Yeah.
hell because it's that tonight's that plastic
Right.
stock with aluminum. Yeah.
I had one of those 12 gauge Marlin single shot break action 12 gauge shotguns. As a matter of fact, I used to be able to buy them from Kmart. And the other brand of the same gun was New England. And I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. Especially the New England, that was the most popular one. But Marlin Marlin had a knockoff of the same gun. Whoever was the knockoff, I don't know. But I had bought one when I was 18 years old from Kmart at the time when they still sold guns and Kmart was still around.
Yep.
And my buddy that I was growing up with, he invited me to go up into the thumb of Michigan with his family. We lived close to Flint, about a half hour outside of Flint, Michigan. And
You live by Flint? That explains so much.
Yes, it does. So, I was like, I'm like, well, I could just use your gun. He's like, no, you need to get your own. It'd be way better. I'm like, okay, so whatever. I bought my own and we went up, but I'll tell you that single shot 12 gauge is the worst 12 gauge I've ever owned in my life. It is the most painful. I have given that gun to big burly men that think they can shoot anything. Guys that shoot shotguns all day long. Oh yeah, I shoot whatever. I give it to them. I put some of those knockout shells in there. I handed the gun. He shot it once. He handed it back to me. He said, "I don't ever want to shoot that gun again." It was funny because he was twice my size. And
Well,
I shot
that's the misnomer is people think that size makes that much of a difference. I mean, yes, it can help some, but it's all about how you shoulder the gun. You can
Yeah, if you don't
take a
put it in the pocket
90-pound
straight.
woman, and if she can
Yep.
shoulder the gun properly, I mean, with exceptions, 4-bore, those kind of things, there's no reason they can't shoot them,
Yeah.
right? I was at a local match one time, and the woman was complaining about the size of her hands being too small, that she couldn't handle all these different guns. This is not the size of your hands. It's the problem. It's how you're gripping it. She goes, "Oh, no, it's the size. I've tried all these different guns." I'm like, okay, well, there's a world-class shooter right now that beat everyone here at this range who is 5'1", 5'2" at most, which was actually shorter than this woman was. And she can handle a 45 ACP 1911 all day long and make most men look like fools.
Yeah.
Right? It's one of those things that, size may help some, but it doesn't make that as much difference as most people think.
Right. I agree. Because, I mean, I got, I have my 460 and, my Smith & Wesson 460 mag, my 500 mag, and I've shot them. I mean, they're a lot of recoil to hold on to. I mean, I'm not going to lie. Like, it's not like, oh yeah, it just shoots like nothing. I'm not going to lie. It doesn't. It's not like that. It is very violent. But if you know how to shoot and hold on to a gun, you're not going to beam yourself in the forehead with it, and you'd be able to shoot accurately. But, there's people that are bigger than me I can hand the same gun to, and they'll struggle with it. And it just comes down to how you hold it. And just like you're saying, Ken.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It is not about size. There's guys that are way bigger than me that can't handle holding a 500. I shoot it just fine.
Yep.
But it's not to brag about myself. It's just knowing how
You've
to
learned
hold
how
it.
to properly operate the firearm.
Yeah.
So, all right, gang, let's wrap this puppy up. Anybody got any shout outs? I have a shout out. Brian responded to my email and he will be coming on the show. We just got to set up the time and the date.
I'm not shocked.
No, I wasn't either. So that'll be fun. So we'll have him. I'll make sure he post advance notice on that one so people can come, make sure they come and answer questions. So, in the meantime, if you have questions, JT's living up to his name. If you have questions you want answered, 608-467-0308. It is a text number. It is a voicemail number. So you can call and leave a voicemail. You can send me a text. I mean, for God's sakes, send a text. I know most of you freaking people out there are texting everybody and anybody every day of the week. Send a text. So, even if you want to say, "Hey, Mike, you're a dumbass," I don't care. Send me a text. Reloadingpodcast@gmail.com. What's that?
I'm going to do that.
You can do that. You have my
Okay,
regular number, too.
I'll remind you you're a dumbass later this week.
Why, thank you. Somebody
You're
should.
welcome. Somebody, yeah. I'm taking one for the team.
I appreciate that. That's mighty. That's mighty whitey to take one for the team. I think Ken's sending me one right now.
Check your phone,
Yep.
Mike.
Yes, he is. So, Um,
Also, you can join us on the Discord. We'll be happy to answer your questions there.
yep.
That is a great place to really put questions. Honestly, it's way better than posting on the questions on the YouTube live feed. I
Yeah,
love
'cause
it
I
when
honestly don't check it much.
when
Damn it,
people
Red
put
One.
questions on Discord. It's a lot better. The only downside to Discord is that, I mean, yeah, you got to kind of feed through some of the jokes a little bit because there's a lot of people that will
You got to
answer
deal
things
with that with any.
in a jokingly matter. I've been guilty of doing it too. I mean, we're all there to have fun and make jokes and enjoy life, but at some point, it's like you might, so I will put this out there for anybody who does decide to join Discord. If it seems like some of the answers are like really far field, I mean, usually it's because it's a joke. And I'm sorry, for any confusion that may cause, but just bear with. I mean,
Usually one of us will pop on with a serious answer right away.
generally the conversation will boil down to the meat, the meat and potatoes of what you're asking. There will be some jokes in the beginning, and it's not always that way. It's just, we're a group of people that like to live and laugh,
And you will be accused of being a Fed when you join.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, sure. Yep, that too. Yep.
Just warning you.
Chris will probably be the
I
first.
think that
one
started
to call you
after
out
I
on that.
joined, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris will probably be the first one to call you out on being a Fed, but that's all right. We're all used to that.
If you are legit Fed, I don't care. So
Listen, if Paul Loud answers any of your questions,
don't believe
assume
him.
it's a joke.
And make sure that you always say TGIF on Friday.
Oh
yeah, everybody.
The guy in Texas loves that. Yeah, you know who I'm talking about.
Yes. Because he has to work Fridays and Saturdays, so we always say TGIF.
Yeah.
Well, that
It's a great place. We love to have fun. I'm not kidding. The one channel that gets more use than anything else, we literally have a meme channel. There are no rules for the meme channel.
Thank
None.
God I've only almost peaked once.
I have literally never removed anything from that channel. Never.
Mike, I've seen things that would even make me blush.
Yeah.
That takes a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's rare,
Yeah.
but
There is
most of the memes are reasonable and at least on topic, but every now and then.
I mean, there's stuff that I've thought about. I'm like, should I really post this? And then I'm like, hell yeah, I should. So, but yeah. But we definitely, even though we're going to stray away from reloading every week, it's still our focus. So no matter what the topic is, we'll probably be answering reloading questions every week. Okay. So don't think that we're not going to, but you freaking people got to ask them first before we can answer them. For crying out loud.
Or we just got to get deeper down a rabbit hole.
Oops, sorry.
My favorite word.
Yeah, I know. Down the rabbit hole. So
I would like to point out I was the one that came up with your name.
You were.
So
you get all the credit
paying
for that.
you royalties for that?
No, I just got a free tool.
Well, there you go.
Well,
Technically,
it was a good deal.
Yeah.
And the thing was, I was like, I liked the name so much. I'm like, I almost didn't say it because I was like, maybe I want to use that for myself, but I knew it wasn't necessarily it wasn't gonna fit the company I wanted.
No, it's perfect for his.
Yeah, and and it is perfect for him, and also his name really works well because as was trying to come up with a name for my company, I was trying to find something that I didn't have to deal with a lot of noise, right? I didn't want a lot of cross branding, specifically in the firearm space, but even other stuff. And like I had all these cool names that I absolutely loved, but it's like, yeah, there's like 5 other companies that are in the firearm space alone that's using some variation of that and stuff like that. So it took me a while to come up with a name that, really didn't have any because I didn't want to do KB Firearms, right, or something like that. So
KB Toys.
Well,
Yeah.
I've learned.
Well,
I've learned.
I
that
think
there's-
the copyrights expired on
there
that.
is- I've learned that there is a gunsmith in the Southwest using the same rabbit hole name. I've debated. I've talked with an attorney about, and I've debated about whether or not it's worth going after him for it or not. And I'm undecided.
and
at this point.
where did you are you just? It depends on how your copyright's filed too, right?
Well,
Yeah.
see, I
So
don't.
I
I don't.
have mine locked down. Like as long as you're not in Wisconsin, you could probably use my same name. And,
The
and I
problem-
couldn't do anything about it, but
The problem is that I haven't trademarked it yet, so that leaves it open to everyone.
Oh yeah, you
And,
can't do anything about it until you
uh,
trademark it.
Yeah, so it hasn't been trademarked yet. So I'm considering doing that.
But they also may consider that it's different enough business, even though it's in the same industry, that it doesn't matter.
Right. Like I'm not too worried about the guy that's using it right now. He's in a gunsmithing, so it really doesn't there's no competition, But in the future that could change if
Well,
somebody
you better get a trademark quick.
yeah.
Now that you're single, chop chop.
Yeah.
don't worry, Justin. I already filed for it,
No, okay. Good job.
and I got proof that I'm the one that came up with it.
All right, good job.
I'm gonna start charging you royalties.
I'll give you know what? I'll give you the whole business. You figure out how to do it.
JT
Not
Schwinghammer
nothing
said
to do with
he
it.
was blessed with a badass last name, so use it or parts of my name for lots of things. Yes. Anyway. All right, gang. So I said shout out to Brian for wanting to come on. So we'll get that set up. I'll talk to him probably when I get off here. I'll send him a couple emails, get that set up. I'm actually looking at probably 2 weeks. So we can make that work to be awesome. Anyway. Actually, no. That's Easter week. I don't know if we're gonna do a show. We'll talk. We'll discuss amongst ourselves. Christmas, New Year's, Easter, Memorial Day, Labor Day, 4th of July. We usually don't do shows. So we'll check on Easter and see. Anyway, other than that, anybody? Shout out to all of you fine gentlemen who've joined me and continue to join me. Shrenda will be joining us at some point in time. So Paul is nice to join us in the chat. So those of you who miss Paul being on this side of the camera, you can still pick on him on that side. So I think Jim's kind of completely done with it. He still hangs out in the reloading room, so you can find him there.
A lot of us still talk to Paul on a
Yeah, we talk to Paul. I still talk to Jim occasionally. So, but thank you to all of you who are loyal followers, and thank you to you who are new followers. So, yeah. So, kind of some changes, like I said.
So Mike, how did I go banned? How did I go from being banned on Facebook to becoming co-host on here?
Because the rules on Facebook are ridiculously strict.
Good answer.
So the reloading room has been around for 15 years and has, I think at this time, 45,000 members. They have to be very strict. And we adopted the same policy with the podcast group, which I think is close to 20,000 now and is 11 and a half years old. Because we did not want those groups taken down. We did not want to give YouTube any reason to take those down. Because those are kind of the two big powerhouses of reloading conversation. There's some other groups and stuff in there, but I don't know if they're anywhere near the size and anywhere near the shared knowledge over the years and the seriousness. Those are the serious places. That's why the Discord is the way it is because I don't want it to be so serious because we don't have to be. So we do joke around and stuff, but we will get you a serious answer.
Yes.
And there's certain channels where you can ask questions where you're less likely to get a bullshit answer.
Yeah, if you post in the general chat, you're gonna get a bullshit answer. If you,
Yeah,
if you
yeah,
post-
yeah, exactly. Yeah, choose your channel wisely,
I mean,
please.
we literally have press. We have channels for every press company. We have channels for the different disciplines of shooting. So I mean, there's a whole ton of different channels in there. I mean, my
We have
Discord channel
channels dedicated to annoying
freaking
certain
long.
people who hate certain things. You
Yeah.
know, Justin and Hornady, Paul and 6'5 Creedmoor, you know?
Yep. Yeah, and I made one for the more wealthy people that when they want to talk about all their expensive shit.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Asshole.
That's all right.
Oh,
We
I
just
don't
talk about
know.
it in all the other channels anyway, so.
So yeah, they do. I just did it to be a smartass because I can be. So, literally, people have been jokingly asking for a channel, and I create it just for the hell of it because I'm a smartass.
I still think that the casting channel really should be auditions to replace Mike as the host, and not this. I mean, they keep talking about lead and weights and all this weird shit and smelting and.
That's because it's a casting channel, not the casting couch.
Oh, okay.
Don't tempt me. I'll create a casting couch channel just for the hell of it.
Didn't you? I think isn't there one now?
No,
Don't get
That's
Ken
a lot.
excited.
right?
I don't know.
Just
When every time I saw the casting channel and somebody was posting in it, my brain instantly went like you're casting for the show, right? And granted, you go in there and it's people talking about casting bullets, right?
There is a casting couch channel.
yes, there is.
Yeah, I was thinking you created one at one point, and that wasn't me that you created it for. Somebody else.
Actually, I think I renamed I renamed the casting channel the casting couch.
Okay, that's
So.
what it was.
So
So
Ken and I
I'm not
talked
wrong.
about casting bullets for a while, but that kind of fell through.
well, we weren't talking about doing like the lead cast bullets. We were talking about actually forming precision
Yeah.
bullets.
yeah,
And that was one of those things that it was a rabbit hole I wasn't ready to go down just yet.
It really is.
So we've got
I'm still not ready.
Yeah. At some
we've
point,
got a
maybe.
pistols channel, a rifle channel, shot shell channel, in-depth case prep, subsonic loading. I've got a channel for files. What the hell was this channel?
Channels Mike doesn't even know existed.
Well, no, it's got some big freaking number at the beginning, and it says care to.
Okay, so one of the channels is Bench Addicts component channel.
That's
think
the
that's
high end component. Because
Well,
every time
yeah,
somebody
I-
asked Justin
well,
for a
that whole
recommendation,
channel
it was
was
going to
weird
cost him
because-
5 times more than any other part. So
Well, that whole channel was created because we were looking for, like precision components, like bullets, primers,
Yeah.
all that. And it's like,
That was one of those that actually created seriously. So, Dylan Lee, Coax, RCBS, Hornady, Mark 7, Lyman, Mech, bullet feeders, brass feeders, Area 019, FA, short action customs, and then the Rich Person's reloading equipment channel. We've got a couple of video channels, which we don't have a lot of videos on, but I'll start moving some stuff over there when I move it over from YouTube. Competition, PRS, pistol, shotgun, rifle. And then we've got Truckers channel, Gamers Hangout, things that don't go bang. Social media, contests, and Smoking Meat and Food channel.
but also if you post on there and you're interested in any one of the various
Hey, Mike, I have a new
reloading
request.
press.
I want a lunch channel.
Put it in writing.
Okay.
But like if you're looking into a certain press, most likely there will be at least one person that has the press you're asking for.
And if we don't
And
have
we're
a channel
talking
for it,
from
let
the
me know.
cheap
I'll make
ones
one.
to the expensive ones, there's probably somebody that's got one.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I'm not the only one that does coax, but I have a coax. I've got a Mark 7.
Yeah, exactly.
I know Justin's got a Dillon. That's the automated Dillon. My Mark 7 is fully automated. I don't have all the sensors, and I still don't have the automatic. I'm still feeding with hand tubes, but
You'll get there.
yeah,
It's baby steps, right?
I'm waiting for the new one. Well, I thought about ordering last year, but I'm going to wait for the new one to get. They released a new model. Basically, there was another company that they either licensed their thing or bought it outright completely, who was doing a better job of making an automated heater for the primers. Although right now I'm probably not going to do a lot of priming on that because I can get through American Reloading.
Yeah.
I can get aluminum primed CCI cases for 5 cents a pop.
That's money right there.
Right.
Hey, Odor,
this
you
is
should
9
be
mil.
in the Discord.
What's that?
I said Odor should be in the Discord.
Yeah, Odor should be in the Discord.
Reloading
yes,
podcast,
I mean-
gmail.com is the easiest way to get the Discord link.
I mean, right now, so at the cheapest, I bought primers.
I mean,
it was
basically,
5 cents a primer.
you're getting the case for free.
Yes. And when I buy brass, when I'm buying brass, because I don't do range found brass, not for competition.
Nope.
Mainly because I don't want to have to buy a roll sizer. And to do what I do really needs to have the 9 mil roll size. The problem is for me to roll size, I would have to be able to get a value out of roll sizing it alone to get my money back. I would have to shoot I think I was like 300,000 to 400,000 rounds, which to be able to even get my money back. And at that point, I'm like, well, I'd like to be able to shoot that much, but I can't afford the components at that. So why would I, do that? So I was paying an additional 1 cent per. So realistically, I'm saving 4 cents by going with American Reloading and buying primed aluminum brass because I'm not picking up. I'm not saving the brass. I'm not worried about it.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about the brass beating up the gun or anything like that. So it makes no sense for me to do that. So I do have brass that I will load. I do have a good stockpile of primers. So that way, if American Reloading doesn't have it in stock, which they don't always have it in stock for what I need, especially when I'm buying it, because I'm going to buy it in a batch of like 5,000 rounds or 5,000 cases. So, I will have backup if I need it. But yeah, I need roll size brass because if it's range found brass, it needs to be roll sized for what I'm doing. So, but hey, I mean, I'm saving 4 cents every time I pull the trigger. That's a massive savings.
Right?
Granted, I'll just end up shooting more, but I'm still okay with that.
Mm-hmm. All right. So if you're looking camouflage, whether you're looking for functional camouflage or fun camouflage, Camerado.com, make sure you use coupon code RELOAD to save 5%. Discord doesn't work from there. What the hell?
You can
Right,
access
there.
Discord through a web browser. You don't have to download it.
Yeah, I have. There's one of our Milsurp one that I'm on that I have guys in Korea, Austria. I think one is in Italy. Yeah, Italy, Spain. Yeah, I have guys all across the world that I talk to on Discord.
I mean, I don't remember where Odor's from. I know it's one of the Norwegian
Iceland.
countries, but Iceland, yeah. Well, I don't know. Maybe Trump's annexation of Iceland talk has gotten Discord banned or something. I don't know.
No, that's Greenland. Wrong country. Anyway, on that note, gang, keep
It was a
resting.
joke, Mike.
Jump on the Milsurp short bus.
Teach them to shoot and reload when they're young.
Take somebody to the range with you.
Justin.
Right.
You had a whole week to think about it. Come on.
You know what? And I didn't. But you know what?
Okay, so your new sign off is I don't know.
Aim small, miss small.
There you go.
Oh,
there
sorry.
you
You
go.
got to
Good
come
one.
up with a new one because that one's not yours.
He can borrow it for a week.
Okay.
Well, he can borrow it this week, but he's got to get a new one after that.
Yes.
Okay. Fine. Fair enough.
Make sure you're supporting the Second Amendment and Second Amendment organizations. Make sure you're paying attention to what your Congress creators are doing and your local and state representatives. If you live in Virginia, you need to be screaming from the fricking rooftops to everybody, hey, elections have consequences. We're fucked because we didn't pay attention and we didn't get off our dead asses and vote.
Illinois is just as bad. They're going down some
Illinois
crazy
has
red
been
holes.
effed for years. You might as
Oh,
well
absolutely.
So you just take Cook County and the greater Chicago area, you wall it off, and then you let Lake Michigan in. Solves the problem. The rest of Illinois is fine. Unfortunately, Illinois has been effed because of Chicago.
You know what, Mike?
We're going to save 2 hot beef stands. We're going to save 1 hot dog stand, and the rest of it can go to hell. Take the freaking Cubs with you.
Hey, the Bears are moving, so
Who cares
I'm
about
going
the
to point
Bears?
out that
Bears
people in
still
Chicago
suck.
don't like hot dogs because they put too much shit on it to be able to taste the hot
yeah.
dog.
The Chicago dog is messed up. That is the
Not if you get a good beef hot dog.
there's
If I
too
get a
much
good beef
crap
hot dog,
on
I
it.
don't need the toppings.
Yeah.
Hey, Ken.
You mean-
Go to the little hot dog stand that's in Home Depot and get a Chicago dog from there. You'll be amazed.
I loves roller dog.
Listen,
Mike?
a good. I'll go
Put your
to
roller dog.
Costco and get a good hot dog there, and don't have to put shit on it. 'Cause
Right?
It's a decent hot dog.
Mike?
Yeah.
If you can't shoot good, at least look good doing it.
I like it.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay,
How
we
about
need
that?
to work on that second part, Justin, because you can't do the first one.
Damn. Okay, so now Justin's going to need some mental health help with that because he just got roasted. So he might want to call 988 or 1-800-273-8255 from a landline. But seriously, folks, mental health is a serious subject. If you are struggling, there's lots of resources out there. It's not a weakness to get help. All right? Reach out, get some help. Walk Talk America is a great resource. We had them on the show once. It was an amazing show. They had lots of good stuff. Oh, I'm waiting for it to post, Oder. There we go. Oder's got a sign off.
Oh, jeez.
You want to read that, Justin?
Stop taking a pill and be a Bill. No Mike.
There you go.
Okay.
We're not sure what Bill. If it's Bill Clinton, no. Because you caught me really in the wrong places.
I don't know. I don't want to. That one doesn't. It's a good
And
one.
Don't
but I
like
don't know if
that
it's
cigar. Anyway, seriously, if you're struggling, get some help. We want you here. We need you here. We are grateful for everybody that is here and has been here. I know you do. We love you too. Oder said, "Love you, bud." So we are sincerely grateful. We are sincere in the fact that we will still be covering Reloading, even though we're going to cover a whole bunch of other stuff. And we may literally just bullshit about stuff. I guarantee we're going to talk about we're probably going to talk about fishing at some point in time because, fishing season's coming up. And the boat's coming out of storage. And I'm going to spend some time on the damn boat.
I want to talk about badminton.
Sure. Fucking badminton's awesome. Chris,
Yeah.
take that out. The F part, not the third part. I've had a potty off tonight. I should punish myself.
If I didn't know, if you hadn't mentioned that you were changing your meds, I'd wondered how much you'd been drinking before the show.
Right? That's the sad thing. I hadn't. I could have. I probably would have been better off.
Known
Balance
to
it
drink
out.
on this show before.
I still remember the night Jim got shit faced.
As Nick takes a slug.
It's not as bad as Heron's 171.
Oh God, I remember that one.
If you really want some entertainment, find We Like Shooting episode 171.
Yes.
Heron pounds down an entire bottle of Buffalo Trace and gets just friggin' wasted. It's hilarious. He gives out his own phone number on the show. By the way, that phone number is still active and he still has the phone. Okay.
Nice.
Also speaking of our phone number, 608-467-0308, if you want to leave a show review, you can leave a show review there. Either verbally or text. So that's something Sean started a couple weeks ago with he set up a number for doing that, and so I'm hijacking that idea. So if you want to leave show reviews there, otherwise leave show reviews wherever. I had somebody the other day, it says worst podcast ever on YouTube. So when you say something like that, dumbass, you need to say, is the entire podcast the worst podcast ever? Because if so, you're on freaking crack. And I've got the numbers to prove it. Or was it that episode? Maybe that episode was shit. We've had shit episodes before. We'll have shit episodes again. It happens.
Or maybe it was pertaining a certain topic.
Exactly. Maybe he don't like that topic. I don't care. But be specific. If you're going to bitch at us, be specific. That's all I ask. I know.
Yeah, at least be productive about it. Come on. I mean,
if you want to be an ass, just send me a text and says I'm an asshole.
Yeah.
Ken did that quite succinctly earlier, and he's going to do it again right now.
Nah, wait.
I tell you, I think the general public don't have a clue what it takes on to put a podcast or have a YouTube channel, editing, product. They don't have a clue.
I am sincerely grateful that Chris Sharp does all of the audio editing.
I know enough to know I don't want anything to do with the process.
It's a lot of work.
I probably would have started a shotgun if I was still doing it. So, but yeah, so Chris has had some issues going on with him, and family and stuff. So that's kind of put him back up behind. I still don't have the frickin' time to do it. So otherwise I would have. But he's getting caught up. I'm getting caught up. So the other thing I have to watch is I have to make sure I don't overload the network posting. Otherwise I could literally just sit there and post. Like, I've got 5 or 6 shows I think that he's got edited that I could literally post. But if I post too many, then I cause problems with the network posting and screw up other people's shows, and I don't want to be a dick. So I'm trying to put out 3 or 4 a week. Maybe a little more. Trying to do at least one a day, but no more than 1 a day. So anyway, thanks to everybody. Have a good night.
Good night, everyone.